Do you feel like you're barely keeping your head above water? That no matter how hard you try, meaningful progress remains out of reach? Heather gets that. She battled an eating disorder for years before seeking help. Now in recovery, Heather is here to tell you that positive change is possible even when it doesn't feel that way. Join her as she shares openly about her struggles and small triumphs. Fair warning though, Heather doesn't hold back. Her candid story may trigger some. But for those wanting honesty, hope, and healing, this is 1% Better with Heather.
Hey there, my little gappers, and welcome to 1% Better with Heather. Today's episode is getting our periods back. Now, I will say this. I am 45 years old. I don't want my period at all. This is very, very important for the younger generation. I just want to make that clear. I know this. I've had my kids. I've paid my dues. I'm good. However, total honesty, I had an IUD for a very, very long time. So this is the perk of an IUD. You don't get your period. Yay. But when I got it removed in 2021, I had to go get it surgically removed, which was a whole nother story. But it's neither here nor there. Nothing really happened after that. I never got a period again. So I was just thinking, that's just the hormones still in me from the IUD going to work its way out. It'll show up eventually. I am the queen of denial. I was super sick at this point. I know that. But, well, I know that now. But then I was like, no, it's just a one-off. I remember going to my doctor's office and seeing my doctor after my blood work. And he said to me, hey, Heather, you put yourself in menopause. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, don't you think that this is an issue? And my exact words were, no, man, doctor, I don't. Because I was 42, 43 at the time, did not care. And he's like, no, like, this is a big deal. Like, you shouldn't be going through this stage of life yet. Well, I just said to him, maybe I'm lucky. My mom had a hysterectomy at 40. My sister had a hysterectomy at 40. I don't know what happened to my grandmother's because no one talked about it. So I was like, maybe just I'm messed up like everybody else. And he kind of looked at me with 5 heads. But I was convinced this was the right answer. When I started ED recovery in December 2022, my period came back in March. So it didn't take long when I started gaining weight. And I gained a lot of weight very, very, very quick. And I remember talking to my counselor who also went through eating disorder recovery. And I said to her, hey, my period came back. And she like stopped everything and just like, how does this make you feel right now? And I was like, I don't know. And it was making me sort of uncomfortable because I've never really talked about periods. It's not like how I grew up. Like we didn't talk about this kind of stuff. It just sort of happened to you and you just shut up about it. And she just kept saying over and over again, how does this make you feel? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Well, clearly my body's better if this is happening to me because I haven't had a period in 10 years because I've had an IUD. And then I was thinking, well, this is bullshit. But she kept saying on a loop, how does this make you feel? And I was like, I don't have any feelings at all about this. And then she said to me, this is where everything goes wrong, just so you know. This is where girls freak out because now their body is back to normal and the ed is pretty much on its way out. And this is where they run back to it because now they think, see, I'm healthy again. I can get off the weight that I've packed on because clearly everything's working like it should. And I was like, no, 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 I don't want to do that. I'm just not impressed. And then the next month, I will be totally honest. When I was 12 and I got my period, I would be sicker than a dog. Sick, 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 like stomach flu sick. I would lose 4 days of school, puke my guts out. Bad things were coming out of my body all the time, not to get too like graphic. But this was happening again. And I was like, I've seen this movie. I don't like it. And it started messing with me more than I wanted to admit. It's taken a long time to embrace this, if you want to say that. I'm still choked every month, but your body will self-regulate. And I don't know if this is going to happen to others or this has happened to others. Please let me know in the comments if this happened to you. But it's annoying. And then the more it started happening, the more I started getting mad. Because then I was thinking, yeah, now I understand why people want to run back to their eating disorder. I totally get it. Again, having your period as someone who hasn't had children, I don't care your age, is important. Very, 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 very important. But along with your period, also, do you get hormones? You might be like me and get very, very, very ill. And it's hard to stay on that train of wanting to stay on recovery. Because to me, it's bullshit. It's just bullshit. But we have to do certain things to get our body to a certain point. And just because you get your period once doesn't mean you're going to get it again the next month. This is going to be probably like a 2-year cycle, I figure, to get everything really working itself out. I know it's a big goal for a lot. And I don't want to make me sound like a jerk, but here we are. If your goal is to have children in life, yes, you need your period. Yes, you do. Is it my goal at 45 years old to have a period? No. Is that my choice? No. So I guess I got to suck it up as well. But just know a lot of hormones are going through your body. You know how your weight can fluctuate. You're like hormonal all the time. This does not help ED recovery at all. At all. Just know you're not the only one going through this. It's going to take some time. And you are on the right track. And do not listen to that eating disorder voice, because I know what it's saying. It's saying you're totally healthy and we can go back. No, that's not an option. It's not. We are just going to have to live with some things, even though I don't want to. But we can do hard things. 1% better every day. Take care of you. This made no sense.
That's all for this episode of 1% Better. To continue the conversation, head over to our website at www.1percentbetter.ca, where you can access more stories and resources. We'd also love it if you subscribed and left us a review on your favorite podcast platform. And remember, friends, progress takes patience, perspective, and sometimes a little help from people who get it. So be kind to yourself and others as we work to get 1% better every day. We'll see you back here next week.